available. As always, Ted, kick us off. Who do you have as your winner of the weekend?
I got to go with Cincinnati. I got to go with the Bengals. You got Joe Burrow with the 1980s shades post game, playing like an absolute baller. You got Zach Taylor from Norman. A lot of people calling for his job a year ago. I just love him. I've actually started to kind of pull for Cincinnati to be like a team that makes a run here through the playoffs. And hey, they're getting hot at the right time. And we've seen it before. That's what the NFL playoffs are all about. You got to get hot at the right time. And Cincinnati is definitely hot at the right time. Just went out there and absolutely got it done against the Raiders. That was fun to watch.
It was fun to watch. Joe Burrow, he's got that swag, man. And Jamar Chase is that dude. I mean, he absolutely is. But let's be real, that game, I mean, it came down to the last play for the Raiders. I don't know why you're throwing it short of the end zone on the last play of the game when you need a touchdown.
Yeah.
But that game, I thought Cincinnati should have put it away earlier, right? And just credit to the Raiders for staying in it, and Derek Carr for putting a couple drives together. But man, I wish they would have finished it a little stronger than they did. But that was an exciting finish. That was an awesome finish.
No, it was crazy. And I think that's probably, well, number one, it's really difficult to put people away in the playoffs, right? You're playing the best of the best, but it's probably also a little bit of inexperience. Is there anyone on that team that's been in the playoffs before, that's played in the playoffs? I mean, I think it's probably maybe a little bit of pucker factor down the stretch, trying to get out of there. It's like, oh my God, we did it. Let's just not screw this thing up. And maybe you could have closed out a little bit better, but they're fun to watch, man. Joe Burrow he's the dude now. He's going to be really good for a long time, I have a feeling.
Yeah.
He's got a great supporting cast around him too.
And you got to give that offensive line a little credit, right? Everyone thought that the Raiders were just going to destroy Burrow in this game because of the guys they were missing. That right side of their offensive line is suspect, but those dudes battled. They battled, and then Burrow got hit some. What was your take on the inadvertent whistle situation? That was weird.
It was weird. I didn't see it live, so it's weird whenever you don't see it live and you kind of know what happened whenever you go back and watch it.
You definitely hear it on the broadcast.
Yeah, I don't know how you mess that up though. Like, I don't know how that happens. How you have an inadvertent whistle on that play. Like, sometimes maybe I could get it, but I feel like we've learned enough. We've seen enough stuff like this that you got to wait as long as you possibly can on that whistle, especially on like turnovers and stuff like that. You should never have an early whistle. When in doubt, and I know sometimes they may kill each other out there, but when in doubt, let it run.
I'm with you. All right, who do you have as your loser of the weekend?
It's the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, I knew you would do them.
Well, only Dallas can turn a successful fake punt into a idiotic penalty. Defensive holding. I mean, they've got plenty of opportunities. They got opportunities to get the ball back several times in the final minutes of the game. Ultimately, they do get it back and have a nice little drive down the field, but they could have had it way sooner if it weren't for stupid penalties that they got no business doing. And then miraculously, you do get the ball back and you've got an opportunity to be throwing it into the end zone a couple of times for the win, and you run a quarterback sneak. I get it. Like, the official should have been up there quicker. You don't put it in the official's hands to run up there and get the ball spotted for 1 second. You just don't do it. I'm sorry, but you've heard me say this before. Rooting against the Dallas Cowboys is the most rewarding thing in all of sports. I want everyone to try it. It's so fun because they lose games in the craziest way ever. It's like you win the lottery every single weekend. It's amazing.
I just speaking from a sinner's perspective, if that ref would have done that in that situation, the odds of us like possibly fighting is up there, because I will defend the Cowboys in that. Like, it's not a great play call. I'm not saying it's a great play call, but the ref has got to know the situation. And this is why you've heard me say this before. The NFL should have full-time employees as officials, and they all should be young and in really good shape with really good eyesight. And they should be guys that have played, that know the rules inside and out. It shouldn't be some 65-year-old tax attorney. Like,
Right.
It shouldn't. There's too much on the line. And in that situation, the referee that is responsible for spotting the football has to have more awareness. Now, you're right. You don't want to put it in the official's hands, like put an official in that situation. But that was bullshit. And I hate the Cowboys.
Well, here's the thing. Dak, whenever he got down, he knows should know the proper procedure. You don't hand it to the center. You have to find the official. The official has to spot the ball before you can ever snap it.
The center should have taken the ball, turned around, knowing where the official's coming from that spots the football, and handed it to him.
Right. Yes.
But
one of them should have.
They should have been able to snap the ball. But hey, once again, I'm not going to lose any sleep over the Cowboys losing in a just hilarious fashion. Like, it's hilarious. Like, it's good. I did feel bad for Neville Gallimore. That hands to the face. Oh, it was like 3rd and 12.
Yep.
But they had a chance to go win the game, and just Mike McCarthy, he continues to make just like the game management errors. Oh, they're bad.
Well,
man.
Here's the thing, man. And this is what, and we've talked about this before. Good teams, everything in a football game is situational. You have to be a good, smart, situational football team. And there's a million different situations. You have to practice them all, right? Like where to, like what the clock does, like what are the clock rules, where are we on the field, like what's the procedure before you snap a ball in a 2-minute drill like that, special team situations, like substitutions, all of that stuff is situational football, and the best teams are always great situationally aware football teams. That's what it is, winning the situations.
Also, maybe don't punt when it's 4th and 2. I know it's from your own like 33, but you're down 16 points in a playoff game. Maybe get aggressive with that, even though they did come back thanks to Jimmy Garoppolo gift wrapping that interception. Gave the Cowboys life, gave that stadium life. But gosh, that
Kittle play, that place was about to go insane on that, what ended up being an incomplete pass.
Has anyone ever been more excited that it was incomplete? Oh my gosh.
I know. It's like you rarely as a tight end would you ever be lobbing that you didn't catch the ball.
I dropped it.
Wow.
I dropped
it.
But
hey, here's the thing, man. That was a super, super entertaining football game.
No doubt. No doubt. And you and I both entertained because the Cowboys lost.
It's great.
All right, if you're a whiskey or bourbon drinker, stop what you're doing. Head to your favorite liquor store and buy some Balcones products. You got to grab some of Balcones Lineage Single Malt Whiskey. It was just voted one of the top 20 whiskeys in the world by Whiskey Advocate, and you'll be shocked by how affordable it is. Also, you got to snag some of Balcones Baby Blue Corn Whiskey.
It's made from blue corn. That's the fancy corn.
And that is why it has won more than 25 awards. Last but certainly not least, you got to buy some of Balcones Pot Still Bourbon. Its big flavors make it the perfect bourbon to drink year-round. Drank some on Saturday night. Went down real
How about
nice.
that?
In 2012, Balcones Single Malt won the Best in Glass competition, beating brands like Johnny Walker and Macallan. It became the first American distillery to win the competition. This stuff is the real deal, people. If you love great whiskey and bourbon at a great price, then Balcones products are the only way to go. The whiskey may be made in Texas, but the owners are from Oklahoma. To find a liquor store that has it, visit balconesdistilling.com and make sure, hey, if you're getting some Balcones because of us, tweet at them. They like it. They've been telling me they really like it, and they like it so much. We have verbally agreed, still got to get the signed contracts, Ted, but verbally agreed to a full year sponsorship deal with our friends at Balcones.
Let's go.
So keep drinking the Balcones and keep sending them pictures of you drinking it. All right, for my winner of the weekend, thought about going with Evan Mobley. And I know maybe no one's caring about NBA basketball right now but me, but went to the Thunder Cavs game on Saturday night. Dude, let me tell you, this guy's like, I don't know, 19 or 20 years old. He is unreal talented. 7 foot tall. He had 20 points, 5 rebounds, a couple blocks. It's like the guy didn't even break his sweat. I mean, he is going to be unbelievable. It's going to be the rookie of the year this year, but his touch, his skill level for his size, and like he doesn't even have muscle yet. He has, like, I'm telling you, he has everything it takes to be like an all-time great. I watched him. I was just like, this guy is, I mean, it's unbelievable to watch a guy that big and long, like, move so fluidly. It was like mesmerizing in person.
Wow. Yeah. Well, seeing some of those guys up close and personal and work their game, work their magic is really impressive, man. There's no doubt.
And you could have been there, but you turned the invitation down. Turned it down.
You
it was
know
a good
what?
game.
We had to go to a birthday party, and it was at the Looney Bin in Oklahoma City. A little stand-up comedy. It was awesome. We had a good time.
Nice.
Got some laughs.
Nice.
Laughs.
But I'm sorry, man. My winner of the weekend, the Buffalo Bills. It's got to be the Buffalo Bills. I'm sorry, but the Bills whooped your Patriots' ass.
It's true, but I want everyone to realize what this is. The Patriots, we're always playing the long game. And the last thing we want to do is to go into the 2022 season with a big target on our chest. Okay. So let's bow out of this one. And then next year, whenever we regroup, we'll just take the league by storm. You always got to think long, big picture, think long game out in front.
Yep. That's what you're thinking long game when you spend like historical amounts of money in free agency before a season. You're always thinking long game when you do that. But it was like the Bills unleashed a couple of decades of frustration in one night. 47-17, and it wasn't even that close. It was cold as hell, but Josh Allen was on fire. I mean, he was so good in this game, and did it with his arm, did it with his legs, used his legs to extend plays, and then just made some ridiculous throws. Like the touchdown to Dawson Knox was, I mean, it was so good. But 7 drives that were actual drives for the Bills, 7 touchdowns. 7 for 7 in the game. The Bills never punted. No punts. So they just punked the New England Patriots. And that defense for the Patriots, they had no answers. I'm not sure anyone has answers for Josh Allen if he's going to play that well, but they ran it efficiently when they needed to with Devin Singletary, who scored a couple of touchdowns in this one. And I don't even really know how much I can criticize Mac Jones. He wasn't great, right? But it's not like he was god awful. They weren't going to beat this Bills team. If Josh Allen plays that way, I don't know if anyone can beat the Bills with how solid they are defensively, with some of the, the safety play that they're getting. And man, that had to be discouraging to watch, man. That thing was over quick.
Yeah. No, it was. And I will say, we do have to remember that Mac Jones is just a rookie, man. And he actually had a hell of a season for a rookie season to make it to the playoffs. But my God, how good must it feel for those Buffalo Bills fans to get that playoff win against the Patriots at home? That place is going to be insane throughout the playoffs. We saw the sex toys making it onto the field. Here we
Yeah.
go, Bills Mafia.
Yeah. They're back. But I will say this. You played in Buffalo. I played in Buffalo. If you can ever make it there for a game, and especially now that they're good, right? If you can make it there for a game, it's so fun. And I was so happy for those fans. That atmosphere was probably insane. Like you could feel it watching it on TV, but I guarantee you, like that train horn was rolling. I wish I could have been there because I'm sure it was nuts.
What's the say? Cincinnati is
Cincinnati, that game sounded loud as hell too.
It did. There's a lot of built up frustration over the years. 30 years since a playoff win. It's crazy, man. It's awesome.
And
there's some good young quarterbacks in this league right now.
Did you turn it off before or after Mitch Trubisky got in the game for the Bills?
Luckily, I was really upset that I was at the loony bin for the game until like I saw what was going on, and I was like, okay, I'm glad I don't have to watch this every single play of it. So
you were like, I DVR'd it, don't need to watch it. I'll catch the highlights.
Right.
All right, for my loser of the weekend, I thought about going with OU basketball, man. A tough overtime loss on the road against TCU, and I will say just a hilarious play to force overtime at the end of regulation for the Sooners. I mean, TCU just left Jalen Hill wide open underneath the basket. I've never seen anything like it to tie the game. He catches it right underneath the basket. No one around him, lays it in, sends the game to overtime. It was hilarious.
Well, we gave it back to him at the end of overtime by leaving a wide open shooter in the corner with no one anywhere near him for the three ball.
Yeah, buried that three, but then Mike Miles misses the front end of the 1-and-1. They missed the front end of the 1-and-1. You've got the ball, Elijah Harkless, chance to win the game.
Couldn't get a good one off, man.
Not exactly a quality shot. And
the
Sooners lose a tough one. I'll say this, man. The Big 12 basketball is a grind. Oklahoma State goes to Waco, beats Baylor. Like what? Texas Tech's the hottest team in the country. They go to Kansas State, leave with an L. Like this league is insane. I love it. It's going to be really fun.
It's like at the end of the year, every single team be 500. That'd be great.
Yeah. But my loser of the weekend, Philadelphia Eagles, because listen, the Bucs were missing quite a few guys, right? Especially offensively. And some people are like, well, maybe the Eagles can keep it interesting. No. I mean, this was a throttling. And at one point, 31-0 at one point, and the Bucs defense was just really, really solid. Eagles could not get any run game going, hardly at all. Jalen Hurts just never could get in much of a rhythm. They pressured him. He made some bad mistakes with the football, especially that interception he threw in the end zone. That was obviously a big play in the football game, but anyone watching this one, it almost felt like, this is mean, but it kind of felt like watching the college football playoff semifinals this year, where you're like, hey, that team's got no chance to beat that team.
Right.
And
yeah,
Tom Brady just controlled everything offensively, was efficient in the pass game, added a couple more touchdowns to his playoff touchdowns record. They were smart with the football. It's kind of an easy ho-hum win for the Tampa Bay Bucs.
Man, with the way Tampa's defense was playing, man, I feel like they could have beat almost anyone today. Their two inside backers are just great. Whitehead at safety is fantastic physical player. Got a good, like legit pass rush with some monsters up there. So yeah, they're looking good right now, looking comfortable. That's what experience gets you, man. Whenever you have a guy that's, God, I don't even remember. Did you see the graphic with the amount of starts he has? He has like maybe 15 more starts in the playoffs than the rest of the quarterbacks on all of the teams combined, or something like that. It's crazy.
Absurd.
It's nuts. So yeah, they're looking really strong right now.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. I just think without Godwin, I don't know, man. I don't know if they're going to have the offensive firepower to win it again, but what Brady's doing is insane at his age. Like it's like he's better. It's insane.
Who's the final four that we want? Do we want Bills, Chiefs, Bucks, Packers?
Okay, I want the Titans and the Chiefs. Now, I would like the Chiefs to host the AFC Championship game, but and this is going back to this is this is all about me. I'm going to be in Nashville the weekend of the AFC Championship game, and if it's Titans Chiefs, then the Titans will be hosting the AFC Championship game while I'm there, and I will go to the game. So that's just kind of a selfish one.
Yeah, well, I think that there's a chance of that. That's a good, solid, all-around football team. We'll see what Henry's got, but yeah, I think it's going to be a really fun playoffs for the NFL this year.
Yeah, there's no doubt.